Welcome to another episode of Road Overload, and this week has been a difficult week. So I had actually planned, because my Mod 1 is due in 3 days, to get out on the roads a lot this week and sort of get myself ready and do a bit of practicing. But unfortunately, I tested positive for COVID. And I didn't just test positive for COVID. I felt dreadful with it. And so I spent the last couple of days just collapsed on a sofa, feeling sorry for myself and feeling awful. So that's not been great. But what I have been able to do with a bit of downtime is think about some of the potential bikes that I'm interested in and sort of narrow them down. I've actually created a poll on this channel. Be interested to know your thoughts. Which of the bikes that I've listed there would you choose to go for? At the moment, I've narrowed it down to a few. The Triumph T100, the Triumph Street Twin 900. I think it's Street Twin. I think it's the Street Twin. The Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I've put on there the Honda CB350R. In my heart, or more likely in my bank balance, I'd go for a 400cc, but something is stopping me. There's a nagging feeling that I've got that if I make my first proper bike 400, then 6 months time I wish I'd have got something bigger. So because I want to be able to travel around and maybe even visit people in other parts of the country on a bike, I feel like I probably need something with a little bit more horsepower. So that's why I'm thinking of slightly bigger bikes. And as you can probably tell from the list I've just given you there, I'm not looking at sports bikes. I know there'd probably be some really good ones out there for me. I like the idea of Tourers, but I think they'll be too heavy, and I'm quite inexperienced with a heavy bike. So yeah, it's looking like a modern classic. So if you have any other ideas, let me know. I know Kawasaki do one, don't they? But when I looked at it, it didn't look that retro. So maybe that's just personal taste. I will be sorry to see the end of my Yamaha XSR 125, which I haven't even done 1,000 miles on, excuse me, since I bought it in June. But the 990 odd miles I have done on it have been incredibly helpful in helping me to get more comfortable with gear changes and getting me back out there. And that's massively helped me when it's come to my Mod 1, and I'm sure that it will help me with regard to confidence with Mod 2. Feeling pretty good about the Mod 2 on Monday. Maybe that's unwise, and maybe actually I probably should be more worried about Mod 2. But there's a part of me that's, because I've been driving for so many years and because I've weaved into my car driving the shoulder checks now, I hope it'll come quite naturally. And I'm usually pretty good in a test environment. I just hope I can get rid of the COVID pain before the day, because it's not going to be much fun if I don't feel 100% doing a Mod 2 bike test. But I'll do what I need to do. Ultimately, I'm sure I'll be fine. And I'm really excited about what to do moving forwards. One thing that I have found really helpful, and this goes back to a previous video where I was talking about how I sometimes get anxious on dual carriageways. I don't know what it is. In fact, it's not just dual carriageways. It tends to be faster roads. And it never used to bother me. But for some reason now it does. I'm suddenly aware that I'm on a bike traveling fast, and it just gets a bit overwhelming. And I think part of it is just because I'm so used to being in a car and I just need more experience on a bike. But one thing that's really helped me is I started wearing earplugs. Now, I actually bought them off Temu, or Temu if you're posh. And I think they're rip-offs of a different brand. And they're actually quite good, but they block out all of the sound, which you don't really want. You want to hear something. So I've got some other ones that cost a ridiculous amount of money for earplugs, and they tend to be better, but they don't stay in my ears. I've got weird ears, like even AirPods. I've got some AirPods and they don't stay in, and I've got every size tip, but they don't stay in. So who knows? Who knows what's going on there? Have you got strange ears? Let me know.
Now tell me, did you happen to make any comment about those ears?
Anyway, I will be doing a full video on the Yamaha XSR 125 Black Edition. That'll be coming online next week. So if you have a Yamaha XSR 125, or maybe you're thinking about getting a Yamaha XSR 125, I'm going to give the rundown of my experience with it, and also talk about some of the accessories, some of the things that I changed in order to enhance that bike. And yeah, so look out for that next week. I now have reached 100 subscribers. Thank you very much for following this channel. I hope to make many more videos in the future, all about biking. I invite you to come along with me in my travels, and also just to talk about life. You know, talk about what is it like to be on a bike in 2025, because it's very different to when I was a kid, when I was younger, when I was 17, getting on my little blue and white Honda Melody, bombing around with not much traffic. Today is very different, isn't it? I think that's it for now. I'm feeling pretty wiped out, and I'm going to bed, and it's only 7:42 in the evening. But thanks for watching, and hopefully the next time you see me, I'll be a little bit more healthy, and I'll be raring to go and get back on that bike, back on two wheels, which is what I love. God bless, and thanks again for joining me. I'll see you on the next video.